everyone, Glenda Boone here from the Black Heritage Virtual Art Show, our inaugural show. We are launching today, and I am super excited and very grateful for those of you who decided to take the time out to spend about 30 minutes with me to learn a little bit about branding you. I'm not going to belabor you. I promised that I would make sure that I only did 30 minutes, take 30 minutes of your time. So we're going to jump right into this webinar. Just to give you a little background information about me, I am a certified business and marketing consultant. I am also a certified digital marketer and a certified meeting planner. I have been in the sales and marketing industry for over 30 years. I have a degree in business from the University of Phoenix with an emphasis in project management. And my husband of 32 years is Milton, and I am the proud parent of two daughters, Lauren and Taryn. You can get detailed information regarding me if you're business people. I know that you've already done that. But you can get detailed information on me and check out my testimonials at glendaboone.com. You can also get more information about the firm by which I serve as principal, O Taste and See Marketing, and that website is tasteandseemarketing.com. So today I was asked to talk to you a little bit about building and branding you. And in order to develop your brand, you want to make sure that the first thing you do is figure out who you are. Who are you in the marketplace? It's very crowded out there now, especially with the induction of the internet taking us all by a firestorm. Serving as an online brand management and marketing consultant, my niche is with faith-based institutions and small business owners, and I pretty much help them develop, maintain, and market their brands, especially utilizing new age technology. Now, while I have very much been in traditional marketing, in 2009, I saw a curve and I saw that everything was leaning towards the internet. And with the need of having to raise monies, I had to think of out of the box strategies to be able to compete in the recession. So all of us remember the Great Recession from 2009 until what seemed like still is today. I had to, at that time, figure out ways that I could raise additional monies outside of the offering plate for church. And so I went to the internet, and from there I grew a passion to be able to learn how this new mechanism would be able to fit in the marketplace. So I do bring several years of experience to this area, and I hope that you will benefit from the information that you will learn today. This is a watered down version of what my 2-hour workshop class is on branding you. I do have a coaching program where you are more than free to go to my booth today and learn more information about and or on my website. But the information I'm going to give you today is the absolute what you must have. So you're not going to walk away with just fluff. You're going to walk away with some good nuggets that you can take with you. For instance, who are you? Who are you in the marketplace? To build a brand and build a business, you must discover and present yourself in a unique and compelling way. So no matter what your product or what your service is, you have to be able today to be able to brand you. People today are only going to buy from those that they like and that they trust and they feel that can deliver. Not just feel, but I guess I should say prove. So they must like you, they must trust you, and you must be able to prove that you can deliver what the guy down the street can't deliver. So it doesn't matter so much now about the hues and the colors of the the logos and the brochures. If you go to YouTube, you'll see that there are millionaires and some billionaires. People have built huge businesses, and they don't even have a website. They don't even have a card, let alone a logo. Why are they making so much money? Because they built themselves. They built the brand around themselves. And because people like and trust, and they've proven that they can deliver by the number of people who follow them on their YouTube videos or on their blogs, then they buy from them. So the first step is to try to define who you are, so that you can present yourself in a unique and compelling way in the marketplace. And one way that you can do that is to start by asking yourself this question: what skills do you have that people find interesting and they ask you about? This is especially good if you are thinking about going into business or starting your own business. Then this is square root one. If people are always asking you about accounting and helping them with their taxes, and you have a passion for it, and you run around, you're doing everybody in your family's taxes, well, that's a sign that maybe, just maybe, you can build a business from that, because people have already shown that they can trust you. You're already building that brand without knowing it. So when people refer business to you, if you're already in business, what do you know that they're telling others about you? That's very, very important, because in my case, I have a lot of different areas by which I have worked in over the years, but I specifically tune into and really refine and work on my business in the areas that I know that people tell others about and people want, because I'm in the service business. So I need to be able to give people what they want. All right. So no matter whether you're in a service or you're in a product business, you need to, it's always good to know, what do other people think about me? And what is it that what they're telling others about me? Because if they're telling others and they're sending others to me, then I need to put that into my brand and marketing strategy, because that's a strength and I need to know. Now, if you don't know what your customers or your clients are saying about you, then you want to ask them the question. Don't be afraid to send out surveys. Ask people what they think. Ask people to help you figure out what the strengths was, what they liked, what you did in your service or the product that you have, and what they didn't like, because that helps you define and really get down to your niche. Although there are several areas, I was an event planner for many years, I no longer do event planning on that level. I no longer do weddings. I don't do the baby showers and the bridal showers unless it's my family and they just knocking me on my head and making me do it. But because I have built a brand around that, I've had to be able to include that into my business model, and I just hire staff and partners to and train them the way that I would do it to handle that sector of business. But because people weren't referring me so much for event planning, and they were referring me more for the sales and business development and marketing, then that's what I knew that I personally needed to be out there and filling a niche for and branding on. So if you're in a like me and you have a lot of different skills, you want to still narrow that niche down, because you're only one person and you want to really define it, and you're going to need your customers and your clients to help you to do that. Another thing is, when you're out there and you want to try to differentiate yourself from who you are, is you want to build and create your brand and develop your brand based on benefits to people. Benefits. What are the benefits they're going to get out of your services or the products that you sell, other than the features of the products of your service? And what do I mean by that? Okay, let's say that you have a restaurant or a gas station. Okay, and so one of the features of your gas station is that you're open 24 hours. So one of your features of your restaurant is that you're open 24 hours. Okay, now how can we frame that or brand that in a different way from those that might be out in our marketplace? One benefit is that we could say, come when it's convenient for you. So now it's a benefit to my customer. So when I'm talking to that prospect and I'm saying, yes, I have a restaurant, but my restaurant allows me to, understanding that a lot of people, get hungry late at night. They don't like restaurants closing at 9 o'clock at night. We have a restaurant that allows you to come whenever it's convenient for you. And people will pause and probably look at you and say, what? Yes, you can come whenever it's convenient for you. We're open 24 hours. So you still put that feature in, but at first you told them what the benefit is to them. Because you're trying to build your brand, the first thing you want to focus on is not selling in the details of all your products, but you want to focus on building that relationship. Building that point where a person like you, they trust you, and that they know that you will be able to deliver for them. What can you do for me? When people ask who you are, what they're really saying, when you're out there networking and they say, who are you? What do you do? They're really saying, who are you and what can you do for me? How can you make me feel better? How can you take away my pain? How can you save me some money? What can you do for me? So you always want to showcase in brand building, you always want to showcase your benefits, not just your features. Let's look at another one. Let's say you're a mortgage company, you're in the mortgage business. We offer many loan programs. Okay, that's a feature of the business. Now, how can we take this feature and make it appear to be a benefit when we're speaking to someone? We could say, we help you find a loan with the right payment options for you. Okay, so we're not saying, everybody says we have many loan programs, but what you're doing is you are taking away that pain. You're building that level of trust. First, we help you find a loan with the right payment options we have for you. Okay. All right. So I think I just did a boo-boo here. So I'm going to go back. And the last one, let's say you own a law firm or you work for a law firm. We handle corporate law. That's a benefit. I mean, that's a feature. Everybody handles corporate law if they're in a corporate law firm. So how can we present this feature in a way that it appears to be a benefit when we're initially talking to a person? We handle your corporate paperwork so you can do what you do best, run your business and make more money. When a person hears that, they're going to say, yeah, right, because that's what they want to do. They don't want to do the paperwork. They don't want to be bogged. That's a pain point for them. But running a business and making more money, if you can take that off my hands, then yes, you have my attention and we can talk further. So you can see how telling someone about the benefits can help them quickly identify what is in it for me. All right. The next is, who is your target audience? Now you're going to go broke if you do not identify who your target audience is. So pick a market though, when you're doing this, pick a market that you are really compassionate about. You know, if you're in a business right now and you don't like that business, you're tired of that business, it's wearing you down, then I would suggest that you go back to square root one. Who are you? What skill sets do you have? What do people say? What do they refer you to? And I think that once you do that worksheet, you might find that the business that you're in now isn't really a good fit for you. And if you're not passionate about your business is not going to sustain. So if you are an entrepreneur, you know how difficult it is to be in business. And you know that you have to have that passion in order to make it sustainable. If you don't like the business you're in now, go back to square root one. Okay? What makes people use your product or service now? What groups of people are using it? Not what groups of people you want to attract. What groups of people are using your product or your service now? There are plenty of resources. Factfinder.gov has a lot of resources for you to be able to figure out, this particular target audience, but you really want to define that, because you can go out, marketing is the number one expense of a company. But if you don't market your company, one, it's going to go out of business. And two, if you don't market it correctly, it's going to go out of business. So you need to know what groups of people are using your product and what do they want. Okay, if you know who's using your product, we have to do a buyer's persona, is what we call it. What is it that they want or need? And how can I fill that want or need? Now, once we define that, then we're cooking with grease. We're ready now to start building our brand. So your brand is what we have to do, all of this stuff first before we get into the nuts and bolts and prices and where our office is going to be, because you have to make your brand what we call in the marketing industry a unique selling position. You have to identify yourself as being uniquely different from everyone else out there. Your brand should be so identifiable to people say, that's what I need, and that's the person that I want to solve my need. A lot of times people call me and I have no, it's not even an area that I work in, but I know that they're calling me because they trust, they believe in me. So I have a very large Rolodex that I keep, that whenever someone calls me for anything, that person is at my fingertip. And why is that? Because I need them to continue to want and need me. I need them to continue to want and trust me so that they continue to use and refer me. Okay? Now there are 5 W's. This is very similar to what's done. It's traditionally done in a journalism market, but it's also done and used in marketing. We talked about who you are already, and that is very, very, very important. That square root 1, if your company doesn't have a who you are statement, then you want to go back to square root 1. I don't care how long you've been in business, because who you are, who you were 10 years ago and who you were 5 years ago may not necessarily be who you are now or who you need to be now in order to fit this marketplace. Okay? What do you do and what are the expected results? So you want to concisely be able to tell people what you do for them, not what your company does, but each person is different. What do you do for them and what are the expected results? When can you do it and how long it will take? Most business owners, entrepreneurs, corporate execs, they want to know, okay, how long is this going to take me and when can you start? So make sure that you take on projects that you know that you can do it and you have a definite time frame by which it can be done. Where do you perform your service? And, I'm finding a trend today that's very, very popular, and that is with the medical field. Doctors are now leaving insurance companies and they're doing concierge and they're doing home visits now. They're going to people's homes with their black bags, and it's a booming business. So, doctors saw that there was a problem, the insurance industry was going haywire, and they decided, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. And it is becoming a booming business. So it's making them unique. That's their unique selling proposition. How can you make what's your unique selling proposition? How will you perform what you do? How can it be different than what your competitors are? Finally, why you do what you do. Be able to confidently answer that question to people that you talk to build that trust, and be able to speak to that in blogs, be able to speak to that in your seminars that you do for people, be able to speak to that in your one-on-ones. Make sure that you can answer that question, why you do what you do. And then how do you accomplish what you're doing? People want to get in and they want to know, the you part. They know the nuts and bolts, but, how do you do it? How is it different? Talk to me. How can you make me feel like what you're going to do, you're actually going to accomplish it, and how you're going to do it? Okay? And finally, what's your elevator pitch? And I know that being business people, you all know about the elevator pitch story, but that's changed a little bit. Right now you have 10 seconds really before a person to grab their interest, and you have 30 seconds to really make them want to know more. So typically an elevator pitch would go something like this. Old school would teach you something on this level. Hi, my name is Glenda Boone. I'm an online brand management and marketing consultant, and I help faith-based initiatives and small business owners develop, enhance, and market their brands using new technology and online marketing. Okay? That's your typical pitch. It told who I am, what the name of my company was, what we do. Now, in today's market, And someone will probably say, oh, that's nice. Now, today, this is how I do my pitches. If someone comes in, I'm in a room. First of all, I'm going to ask them for a card. If they don't, 9 times out of 10, they won't have a card. People don't even carry cards anymore. They do the bump with the phone. Or they'll say, well, I don't really have a card. Oh, okay, that's fine. Well, what do you do? Always try to be the first person to ask what they do. Find out information from the person you're speaking with, what they do, so that you can tailor your elevator pitch. So if someone says, okay, I am a hairline stylist, I'm a stylist and I have my own salon, then I would say, oh, wow, that's great. I work a lot with hairstylists. I am a brand manager and online marketing consultant, and I help salon owners get more customers through the door through using Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Okay, so why did I say that? Because I've done my homework. Most hairline stylists are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter all day pushing their salons, and they're doing posts on their own, and that's a pain point for them. So why would I say that to the hairstylist? Because I know that's a pain point, and I know she's going to say, oh, really? Well, tell me more. I never once mentioned about develop, market, and manage brands. I never mentioned the name of my company, because all of that is wasting time. Only got 30 seconds to get her to tell me to want to know more. So you want to make your pitch, change your pitch based on what you think the person wants or needs. Find their pain points. So it's a little tricky in the beginning, but once you start doing it, you'll become a master at it, and you won't have to run around and ask people for cards. Because once you say that and they say, okay, well, how do you do that? Then you get into a little bit of the nuts and bolts, and then you shut up again. You want to make it so that the person wants to do business with you, and that before you leave, they're running up to you and they're asking for a card. Now let's talk about cards. Never give your card out when you're in a networking event or out in public unless somebody asks you for a card. Okay? When they ask you for a card, what they're saying to you is, I want to do business with you. So that is a hot lead for you. And that you've sold that person at least on step 1 of the like portion of the branding. Okay? Now we want to build our audience and our credibility, and we want to do this by utilizing social media, email marketing, and testimonials. Now this is a webinar in itself. So I am not going to belabor our time today to go in too deep in these areas. But I will say this, social media, email marketing, and testimonials, if you are not incorporating this into your business marketing strategy, your business will not sustain. You see this with Amazon, who's literally putting everybody out of business. And it started through social media marketing. Email marketing, people say, oh, so many emails, but the purpose of email marketing, we realize that you're not going to read every email we open, but the purpose of email marketing is to maintain and build that relationship with you. You may not buy today. You may not call me for service today. You may not call me for service for 3 years, but 3 years from now, because I've stayed in touch with you, I'm going to be the first person who comes to your mind when you need that product and or service. And then testimonials. Again, people buy from people they like, know, or trust. The more people you have out there giving you testimonials, I call these my little sales agents. Okay, this is imperative in today's marketplace because people, they actually go on recommendations more so than they go with Better Business Bureau today. So it's very important to have these 3 items. If your business is lacking in this area, I strongly suggest that you join my coaching program. It's very, very competitive. We have once a month, we do a webinar, and we do live chat in that webinar. So that we can interact with one another. And we have a private Facebook group that I go in and do Facebook Lives once a week, answer any type of questions that you may have. For those of you that need more personalized coaching, I make that available as well on a one-on-one monthly coaching program. And we do have platforms. I have a firm that can handle all of your social media, email marketing needs at very competitive prices. So no worries if this is an area that you're lacking in. One other area that is a strong focus for my firm is online media buying. We do Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter ad buying and copywriting for all of our clients. So no worries if you need some help in that area. We're here for you at tasteandseemarketing.com. Finally, you want to monetize. You want to use sales funnels, virtual shows like the ones that you're attending today. Some of you may have companies, especially if you sell products, you can have, or artwork, you can have a virtual or private showing for a corporate office, for private viewings once a month. If you have a lot of inventory you need to get rid of, you can utilize platforms such as this in order to grow and develop your business. And then there's affiliate marketing. And affiliate marketing allows you to be able to, I'm sorry, I got a little twisted here. Affiliate marketing allows you to be able to either sell a product on behalf of a company or either get people to sell products on your behalf. It is extremely, extremely popular today, and it is allowing companies to literally get rid of their sales force. People, because people are buying from people they like, know, and trust, a lot of companies are now going to YouTubers and bloggers and freelancers and consultants to sell their products, and they're paying them good money to do so. If you have a product, then it is cheaper for you to get an affiliate marketer than it is if you're a company and you're trying to sell products. It's easier for you to get affiliate marketers than it is to try to build a sales force or network marketing company or something on that level. Well, this does conclude my presentation. I'm so excited because I am within that 30-minute window. I do want to thank you all for joining in with me at the Black Heritage virtual style art show, the very first one. I hope that you will join me tomorrow evening as I close out the show at 7:30 p.m. and I share with you the journey of the show, and I give accolades and trials and tribulations. I'm just going to tell it all. So I hope to see you at the show tomorrow night. I hope that you go through all of the exhibits and into the auditorium and really, really support the artists. There are some fabulous deals out there this weekend for you, and so please do take advantage of it. So I'll see you around in the chat rooms and in the lounge and tomorrow night. Thanks so much and enjoy the show.